Right, good morning. Yesterday's shoot, the pellet on the bead. I've just played the video on YouTube, just watched it. I should have checked it yesterday, but I didn't. I've answered all the comments, and I just replayed the video back, and that pellet was resting on the bead, I just couldn't see. So I'm going to take that as a no shot, as a failed shot, because I think the pellet must have fell off, because I'm just looked at it, and although I shot it what I thought was a pellet, there was no pellet there, if you understand what I'm talking about. So I'm going to try again. I'm going to put a RWS pellet on, which is quite shiny and bright, and because the pellets I've been using are really old pellets, which has been open to the air, and they're really dull, So I'm going to put a shiny pellet on top of the bead and redo that shoot. I don't want to, how can I say it, I don't want to claim that I shot the bead off, the pellet off the bead, if I didn't. And of course I'm not sure, even by looking at the video. Really, I couldn't see it, although through the scope I thought the darkness that was behind that bead was the pellet. So I'm going to redo that again. So really, today's shoot will be quite similar as yesterday, without the eyesight test. I really need help from all you lot, in a way of what I can shoot, because I'm just running out of ideas, you know what I mean? And it don't have to be a challenge, it can be anything, just a suggestion. If you want me to make up something to shoot. I'm still working on that electronic target. I'm having a little bit of trouble with that, with the electronics, but in the background after I do shooting there's a lot going on, you know what I mean? Anyway, I just thought I'd let you know about that pellet on the bead. I'm cancelling that shot out, because I think after looking at the video there wasn't a pellet on that bead. It must have fell off before Ranger. So I'm going to take that shot again, because to me that's interesting. If I can shoot the bead, the pellet off the bead without knocking the bead off, good bit of practice, I think. So I'll see you later. Okay, bye. Right, good morning. The balancing beads again, the balancing pellets on top of the beads. I got quite a few this time, but I think as soon as I fire the first shot, I think they're going to fall off anyway, because of vibration. But down there, you can see the bead on top of the screws. Oh, there's already one which fell off. That one there, that's already fell off, but you've got a pellet on top of all these other ones, and of course these ones here you can't see because of the Ivor's targets in a way. But I think as soon as I take the first shot, it's possible those beads are going to fall off because they're only balancing on. And I can't put nothing else on them, like I can't stick them down because it'll take the bead off. And I can't use grease because it'll still take the bead off. So it's got a balance on top of the bead, the pellets, and I've got to try and shoot one off. Or, as I say, if I get one, I'll be very happy because I reckon that the first shot will knock all those off. Okay, so we'll have a go at this. I'm only doing this again because when I looked at that video what I done yesterday, although through the scope I thought I saw the bead, but playing it back I couldn't see the bead at all on the video. Right, lucky enough there's no wind today anyway, so but that bead there is certainly fell off, and as I said yesterday, I'm going to take the head of it, and that's the only way I think I've got a chance to get that bead off, get the pellet off the bead without the bead falling. Whether it'll work or not, I don't know. Right, okay, so I'm going to take the first shot. I'm recording. Right, okay, I'm going to go for the head of the bead. Right, that bead's off. That one's fell off, and I've got two standing, so that was good. Right, the head of the bead again, and that one's off, and that's knocked that one off. So I've got two, and all these beads are still on the screws. Now the difficult shot is this one here. That's going to be quite difficult, I think. So I'm going to go for that difficult shot, I think, and I've got to skim it in between the frame of either's target and cause a screw. Oh, that was a good shot. And the rest of the beads are still on. Right, okay, so the other one, where is it? That one there. And that one's off. And the rest is still standing. But they're the two difficult shots on the white beads, so very happy with that. Right. This camera's still flashing away, I don't know why. So we're going to go for bead there, and that's off. I'm surprised that these beads are still on the top, and that's off. I just skimmed that one. And that one's off. So I've got two left on the screws, and that's off. So I've got the last one on the screws. And that's off. So really it leaves me just, oh, there's a bead down there, and it leaves me with the pellets. So I'm going to go for the pellets. And that pellet's gone. Now this might hit the screw, I think, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to skim it just on the right hand side of it, I think. And that's gone. So it leaves me with a bead and one pellet. I'll take the pellet first. Left hand side of that, skim it. And that's gone. Now it leaves me with that bead. And that was the last shot. So 12 out of 12, isn't it, really? Yeah, the bead, isn't it? Just to the top of it. And that's gone. Well, I'm very pleased. This Crow K is a fantastic little rifle. But I've got no other pellets. Plus I've got to do repairs to that target area, the top one. If you look at the top, I'm going down too low, I'm hurting the back now. That is completely broke, and I'm hitting the backboard now on that, so I've got to replace that concrete, and that's split all the way down, right down to the bottom, and it's split in there as well. Yeah, the only targets I've got now is Ivor's target and mine. So I'm going to go for this crosshair on that target. I load the bloody gun. So we're only 10 minutes in, but right, okay, so that's that one. Now on this one, on this target here, there's a line, but where the leaf is, I'm going to guess where the crosshair is. I can see a little bit of a line there, so I'll say the crosshair is about there. There's a little bit of a line, so I'll say the crosshair is about there. Okay. Now on this one, I can just about make out the crosshair there. and on this one the crosshair there. So when I knock them down, we can see if they've hit the crosshair. Okay, so of course I've got my ones which have got no crosshairs on, so it's just a matter of hitting them in the middle. And these are so easy, these targets. Yeah, it's so easy, these targets, but it's still fun to do. Right, now we're going to see where the crosshairs are. Right, just let it settle down and we'll have a look. Right, the first one there, so just under the crosshair, and we can't see that one because the leaves in the way. Once again, just under the crosshair, and just under the crosshair. Okay, I'm going to try and cut that leaf out with that twig. Bit of luck. Oh no, it's going to hit the backboard, isn't it? Yeah, that's what I don't want. Hitting the backboard takes too much, makes too much noise. Oh, that was 12 shots as well. Right, last magazine, so that'd be 36 shots. As I say, I've got nothing to shoot at. And I don't really want to shoot the screws. Still put a little bit of fishing line there by that elastic band. Yeah, let's knock the fishing line down a bit. I'm not quite sure if it hit wood. Now the elastic band. Let's knock the elastic band down with the fishing line. The fishing line's just on the right hand side of it. Yeah, that's done it again. These are just wasteful shots, I think. Yeah, just wasteful shots. There's a chipping of wood there. Just beside it. Let's took that chipping of wood off. Is that a bead there? I'm not quite sure. No, kind of. think that's a bead there, but well, it's white. Just on top of it. Right, okay, so that's gone. No cobwebs. I'm not quite sure what that is, whether that is a bead or not. Right, okay, so there's a mark in the concrete there, see it? Just above that screw. Let's just try and take that, so I've just got aim on top of that. And there's that mark, gone. And there's a bit of wood sticking up there. Once again, just by the top of it, and that's that gone. As I say, you can always find little targets to shoot at, whether it's splinters of wood or whatever. All I'm doing really is wasting a bit of time just to make the video a bit longer. Just scouting out. Okay, I'm just going to waste this magazine, see how many shots we've got. No, I've got 2 shots, that's all. So there's, I don't know what that is there, so I'm just going to aim on top, and let's took that out. I've got one more shot, and I don't suppose it's going to break that elastic band, but I'm going to go close to the wood. No, that was the last shot. Oh no, one more shot. Right, okay, so I'm going to go for that twig, and it's going to hit the wood. Oh, it bounced off, that shot low, bounced off the tip of that rock and hit the target, Ivor's target. That was fun. Yes, 36 shots. Right. It's decocked, it's on safe. I'm going to turn the video off. And turn the scope off. Yeah, well pleased with the pellets balancing on the beads. Well pleased. I didn't think I was going to get all of them, because I thought the first shot was going to knock off the rest through vibration, but they didn't. The first time I done that, I skimmed it, remember? A couple of days ago, I skimmed the head of it, and that caused like a downward pressure, which that's why the bees knocked off. And thinking about it, I thought to myself, well, if I go for the head of the pellet, which is virtually a straight shot, it should knock it off quite well. It should knock it off, and of course it did. There weren't no downward pressure, and yeah, in fact that's good practicing, I think, because a 177 pellet is small, and having it balancing on the 6mm bead and trying to leave the bead on top of that screw, yeah, good practice. Well, I enjoyed that. You know, I looked at that video. I should have checked it before putting it on the website, on YouTube, but I didn't. I just made it and stuck it on, and it wasn't until this morning really I viewed it, and when I looked at the picture I took, there were no pellet there, although through the scope yesterday I still thought there was a pellet. Yeah, and I don't want to claim any shots I take. You know, if there's not a pellet on there, I don't want to claim that I've knocked the pellet off. So that's why I've done this reshoot. I'll pack up smoking. I'm running out of gas. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, give the thumbs up, leave your comments, and I'll see you again later. What's the day? Sunday, I think, isn't it? I'll have to look in my notebook and see what I'm doing today, but I can't remember. Yeah, as for the targets, you know, what to shoot at, I need your help. Give me some sort of idea what I can shoot at. But I'll have to start thinking about making this new target up, the brickwork, you know, the concrete in that top target, because that's really broken up now, and I can't afford to take target shots and go through that broken part of concrete, and then it goes through 3/4 inch ply, because that'll wear the ply out anyway, and then it'll start going through the fence. So I'll have to repair that. Anyway, as I say, I'll see you later. Okay, bye.